live now. I'm just gonna go check the studio to make sure everything's going alright. Hello everyone, I don't think anyone's here yet, like, literally just started. If anyone's already here, congrats. Not me frantically trying to find the right microphone right before this starts. Okay, I'm glad you guys can enjoy a still image. Hello, Cosmico, how are you doing? Hello, an overly aware person, how are we all doing today? Hello, hello, hello. I hope we are all, I hope you will all be very kind to me, because this is the first time I'm streaming. I recorded... Hello, Shun! I recorded, my girlfriend's reaction to a birthday present I gave to her. This was recorded on Discord. The thing was moving at like 1 frame per second. It was not good. So hopefully with today's presentations and with my actual microphone here and using still images besides this GIF, hopefully everything goes well. Hello, hello everybody. Hope everyone's having a fantastic KagePro day. Today's con has been so much fun. I've splurged so much money today on merch at the Artist Alley. I'm not encouraging people to spend more money than they normally would, but there's a lot of good artists there. Just saying. Just saying. You know, I thought of doing some karaoke to open up my panel. And I thought, you know what, that's a lot of work. That's gonna have to do some timing stuff. That's gonna probably get copyright struck. And I'm like, let's not do that. Let's not do that. So, you know what, why don't I just have this nice anime cicada-filled BGM instead. Hope you guys like it. I think I found a way to loop it alright, but if not, oops. You have to splurge in the Artist Alley. Correct. I think my brother just got home from school. Hello, bros. 3 differences of Mekakushi. Yes! Oh my gosh, the Mekakushi are so freaking good. So freaking peak. Oh no. So I bought a Keto keychain. I have a Kano keychain already. I need to get a Seto one. I need to get a Seto and Mary one. Okay. I'm not gonna purchase any more. I've already got a Ayano and a merch thing today. But I'm gonna go buy a Seto and Mary one after this. Day's jazz cover today, so go check it out if you want to listen to some unhingedness, because oh my gosh, that jazz composition was not meant to be sung to. Hopefully I didn't butcher Juby's lyrics too much. Speaking of which, I hope you all enjoyed Juby's Q&A panel, and also all the other panels that are going on. They're freaking awesome. Oh my gosh, I still can't believe I'm gonna be a panel member of DaysCon 2025. This is actually so surreal. I'm gonna try to stop shaking. My friends, hey, I'm live. Join. Hello, MTA. We were just talking about you. Not really. Hopefully this stream goes better than the previous recording I did, where everyone was 1 frame per second. Let's go, Azu! How you doing? Azu covers! Wait, y'all get an indirect mention in today's panel. I can give you guys a direct mention if you'd like. Y'all can probably guess where that's going. Actually, no, funny story. Music is too loud, or your voice is too loud. Okay, thank you. Let me lower the music. Thank you. That's speed. How do I lower... Frick, how do I lower music? Ah, shoot. And also the GIF is just paused. Wonderful. Okay, so I cannot turn up my microphone. Oh wait, I found the music. Hold on. Alright, there we go. Thank you for the... Thank you. Okay, is this too low? Chat's a bit delayed. Is this too low? Also, why the frick did I pause the GIF? No, restart GIF. Oh yeah, so anyway, what's up, bro? One of my church friends introduced me to KagePro Project years and years ago, and wonderful. And they're not here. Awesome. They're not here today because they're busy. I introduced KagePro to 2 other peeps, and they also can't be here because they're busy. So, oh well. You guys are just stuck with me. Yo, bro, you want to say something? I'm good. Come on, come here. Come say something. I'm good. He says he's good. Hey, littlest bro's gonna come over and say something. Say hi to the chat.
I'm gonna cut off your nutsack and nail it to my door.
Don't get me demonetized, please. Not that I have monetization. We can say whatever the frick we want here. I hope you all enjoyed that. Very, very professional. Okay, see you, MDA. Bye-bye. Good luck with everything. Thanks for dropping by. Danny's gonna thank me for being such a professional panelist today. Little J. Little J, you hear that? Sorry, Cosmo. Cosmico. Alright. 3 o'clock is about to begin, so, frick yeah, let's do this. Sibling rivalry. Oh wait, fruit. There's 3 siblings. Oh my gosh, KagePro references. Top tier professional, abso-freaking-lutely. Only the most quality content during DaysCon 2025. All right, let's get this party started. So, thank you everyone for coming to my panel. Hopefully, you guys all have a great time here. Today I'm going to be talking about the themes of. Okay, hopefully I don't clap my hands next to my microphone again. Today I'm going to be talking about the themes of optimism versus hopelessness in KagePro Project, and specifically what it all meant to me. By the way, art by Mazumuro, freaking amazing. Oh my gosh, Mazumero's KagePro animations are absolutely stunning, and his art is freaking amazing. I wanted to talk about these themes today because they had the biggest impact on me in my growing years. You know, I got introduced to KagePro Project early on in high school, and while I didn't necessarily go through anything, you know, too tragic, I had a pretty, I would like to say, cushy lifestyle. I was going through some things mentally, and I really found a home in the characters of KagePro, and I feel like a great deal of how the characters approached, you know, the hands that they were given, how they fought destiny, how they fought fate, and how they found comfort in one another despite everything. Music's still too loud. Thank you, kitty. How they found comfort in one another really inspired me to try to do the same with the people in my life, that no matter what was going on, we'd find a way to keep going. We'd find a way to keep fighting. We'd find a way to to bring that happiness into ourselves and to those around us. And before I get into everything, we should probably address the elephant in the room. Who the frick am I? Who am I to have the authority to talk about the massive Vocaloid phenomenon KagePro Project? Well, I am here to tell you that I am nobody in particular. I am just some guy. I'm just some guy who found KagePro Project. Again, got introduced to it early on in high school. Missed the KagePro craze by like I think 4 years, and didn't think I'd get to talk about it to anyone. Like, I introduced it to 2 people in my high school class. Still in contact with them. Still fanboy over KagePro with them. But like that was it. And then here I am at my first, I think, convention, being a panelist for the first time, and getting to talk about my favorite story in the world. And to show my love for this project, I've organized a couple collabs. I think 2 years ago, I organized a summertime record collab with I think 24 vocalists and 20 artists hosted in KagePro. That was pretty freaking awesome. 1 year ago, I hosted a children record reboot collab with 12 artists and 12 singers. It's been an absolute blast interacting with the KagePro fandom. Some notable KagePro members not listed here. These are all members of KagePros that participate in these collabs. Some other members include MDA Triple Star, saw her in the chat earlier. Vent, who is an absolute freaking phenomenon, a phenomenal Youtaite. Some of my good friends, Azu Covers, Julie, Shadow Tenchi, Navi. Just taking a look down the list. One of my first Discord friends, Mafinzi. A whole lot of other people. If anyone was in the animation meme sphere years ago, I actually got super talented animator Ichika to do art for the Summertime Record collab. I was so freaking happy that she agreed to be commissioned for a piece there. It was so cool interacting with her. Yeah, Children Record was me. Hi everyone. Hello Shun. Yeah, and thanks to recruiting Danny Opal to both of these collabs. I guess I was able to reach out to her and be like, hey, I love KagePro. I'll be back out during the summer to be able to speak. And so here I am. Also, other notable KagePro fan that I got to interact with on not a Kaguru collab, but a different collab. Trickle accepted doing a small part for a show collab that I made as a birthday present to MDA. That was freaking amazing. Trickle is so freaking awesome. Okay. Enough about that. TLDR. I'm just a guy who sings for fun. If you've checked out my covers, you know I'm a absolute huge amateur that is overly friendly. So I guess that's how I get people to join my projects. So yeah, that's who I am. Thanks, little bro. Alright, so now let's get into the meat potatoes. The main theme I wanted to talk about today that I think that KagePro really embodied the most for me was keeping the belief in brighter days alive. The idea that no matter what is going on, no matter if the way to victory doesn't feel possible, wondering if any of it was worth it, wondering what's there to live for when it's just repeated tragedies. How do we keep going? How do we find the belief that brighter days are still to come? I know that's kind of a heavy topic, so I'm going to try to keep things pretty light when I get into the character discussions, but this theme really resonated with me because it was something I wanted to impart into those around me, into my close friends, into my family members, into myself. And I had never found a story like KagePro that embodied that theme so well, that had its characters exemplify this theme so well, that conveyed the struggle and the desire to care for one another and bring each other across that, let's say, metaphorical finish line. That truly enraptured me into KagePro, and I wanted to talk about how it affected me and how I saw it in these amazing characters. And where else can we start but with the creator himself, Shinzen no Takipi, aka Jin. Before I get into this, huge shout out to, I don't know how to pronounce your name, Yubina Master. They made a amazing Kaguru project video way back when. I have their video linked in the description. I got most of my information about Jin from that video. So for any of those who don't know about Jin's history, he was just some guy from Hokkaido. He loved music. He had a pretty stable job, was studied recording in college, joined a bunch of bands, but he wasn't really gaining traction. He wanted to have an impact with his music, but he wasn't able to, I guess, find an audience. There was a part. Thank you, Noctera. There was a point in his life where no one was showing up to his concerts, and so eventually he made his way onto Niku Niku Doga. He found Vocaloid and decided, you know what? What's there to lose? Let's give this a whirl. And at the time that he was joining the Vocaloid scene, there was a lot of, I guess, vacuums where a lot of notable producers had left to go pursue new ventures with new names or new careers or new outlets for their music. And so it was prime time for a newcomer or a old powerhouse to take the scene. And so what did Jin do? He released his first song, Jinzo Enemy, and got to 57. I mean, like, to be considered, like, you know, a top dog back in the day, you had to get like around this top 30, and that didn't happen for him. Jinzo Enemy kind of flopped. Now, to be fair, those are pretty good views for, you know, your first song on Niku Niku Doga, but he wasn't satisfied with that. He also didn't take this, you know, lying down. He saw this as an opportunity to keep going. He got his foot in the door, and he said, let's see how far we can take this. I got something to say. I'm going to let people hear it. Thank you, Noctera. Thank you for the additional information. That's very, very nice. Yeah. She gave him the last push. Absolutely. Thank you so much. And then from there, with the second song, Mekakushi Code reached top 30. And guess what? You made it. Let's go. Top 30. You're a big name now. We can put respect on you. We can put respect on you. And then Kaguru Days hit. And rest is history. Oh my gosh. Kaguru Days took the internet by storm. I think it's incredible that this man, Jin, went through so many, you know, disappointments. So there's something like, you know, obstacles. People, based on his prior experience to vocal, you could very well have argued that people weren't interested in his music. People were not interested in what he had to say. He should probably just go back to doing, you know, what's stable, what has been working, and just be satisfied with that. He said no. He said, I have a story I want to tell, and I'm going to tell it. I have music that I want to be heard, and nothing is going to stop me from publishing it, from releasing it, and seeing what impact it has had on people. And oh my gosh, did it have an impact. And now you may be thinking, okay, well, if you're going to be talking about, you know, reaching the ending for this whole panel, that's not what the whole story is about. You know, it's not the ending, it's the journey. It's all these moments that we had leading up to it. And that's true. But in my opinion, having that journey in the first place, having that destination gives the journey meaning. It's what drives us through the journey. And yes, you can look back and say, oh no, the journey was the much more enjoyable experience. All the memories we've made, all the lessons we've learned, all the trials we've endured. But I think that drive to reach the end, that push that made us start the journey in the first place, I think is also important. That thing that drives us to keep going when times are tough, when it doesn't look like things are going well. Because looking back on it, it'll be a lot easier to cherish those memories, knowing that in the moment you were still driven, you were still motivated to, to quote me, "Fighto dayo." And so, I wanted to take today to talk about the individual fights that these characters went through. What made it worth it to them? What were they fighting for? What were they going through? And what drove them to unite with one another and reach that common goal? Starting with, of course, who else but Big Sis Ayano. What is there to say about Ayano that hasn't already been said? She is an absolutely phenomenal character and the best big sister you could probably ask for. And I think we're all very well acquainted with what drove her to be optimistic. Her family. The sisters that she held near and dear. Even in the manga, where she is arguably at her worst, she still had that love for her family. That love drove her to go to lengths beyond what we could fathom. And I think the part that sticks out to me, I realized when doing a practice run of this panel, was that Ayano never gave up, even when she was a power and she saw all of those timelines of failure. In every timeline, she chose to make, except for the manga, she chose to make the same sacrifice. She chose to imprison herself for her family's sake, knowing that there were timelines upon timelines upon timelines of failures that she had witnessed, or at least another part of her had witnessed. She never gave up on her family. She had faith that they would not only win, but that across probably lifetimes, they would never give up. And that is some level of optimism. We praise her for that sacrifice that she made, but she did not make that once. She made that over and over and over and over again. And yeah, she had doubts. We see that in additional memory. She held bitter feelings from time to time, but those feelings never won out. She had so much love in her heart, and she instilled so much optimism and fighting spirit into her siblings that they were driven to keep fighting even that many times. She never gave up on her ideals of what a hero could be. She never gave up on her ideals of what a family could be. And so despite all the failures that she viewed of herself, that she saw her family commit, she had optimism for a brighter future. And I kind of want to make this an interactive panel. So I'm gonna go check out everyone's thoughts on the amazing Ayano Tateyama. A saint, absolutely. Favorite character, incredibly valid. Beautiful story about freaks and weirdos coming together, abso-freaking-lutely. And Ayano's definitely the one that drew them all together. I love a character who loves so much it destroys them. That is the most powerful love known to man. Ayano is a freaking incredible big sister. Absolutely not a meaning, except for the timeline, but we don't talk about that. Except for the manga, we don't talk about that. Such a beautiful story. Abso-freaking-lutely. Got herself killed to make a snake. Always a freaking team player, Ayano is. Amen. Manga chapter 7 makes me we should subscribe to looping as they feel like a slow driver but still trying to hold on. Abso-freaking-lutely. She still held on. Against all odds, she still held on. It's just amazing. And while I could ramble about Ayano on and on and on, we got like 11 more characters to go through. Let's do this. Let's talk about Danjo-san. Let's talk about the leader, Tsubumi Kido. I picked the word belonging for our glorious leader because I think although she wanted to hide forever as a kid, the reason she wanted to hide was because no one would accept her. Because she was always being judged by standards she felt she could not meet. And what does the Mekakushi Dan do for her? They give her a home. They give her a family. They give her a place where she can be herself. Where she doesn't have to pretend to be this dainty little girl in a dress. She doesn't have to be a picture-perfect flower outside the windowsill. She can be, the emo, hoodie wearing, iPod listening, Gap Moe, big sister leader that we all know and love. And the role she plays as leader and as, Momo's recruiter, I think is amazing because, Kano has his jokes, Konoha is intimidating, NA is a real annoying piece of virus that we all know and love. And, Kido is intimidating as well, but I can't think of one person who was, off-put or, who didn't feel accepted and welcomed by Kido, which is what she wanted above all else. Yeah, she has a deathly cold stare. That's not her fault. And anyone who knows her knows she's an absolute softie. You know, little lamb in a in a horror house. She also freaking cooks for the others in the novels. She's so great. I feel like Kido focusing on being the leader, focusing on welcoming others into the fold, focusing on giving everyone a place to be in the gang. I think that is beautiful. Because, you know, this whole gang was found by outcasts, by people who hated themselves, hated how they were treated, hated how they were seen and prosecuted. Persecuted? I can never get those two correct. She found the gang. She found the place where everyone could just be themselves. They didn't have to worry about what made them so different, about what made them monstrous, about what made them abnormal. She gave others what she had always wanted. And she was optimistic that one day, be it with their powers or without, they would also belong in the wider world. Or at the very least, if not the wider world, they would find a family to belong to and feel accepted and loved. And also, her freaking future design is amazing. You know, that's... like, she's at such peace. She's, like, not constricted by anything. Her flower blooms, absolutely. She... if Ayana's the big sis of the group, Kido's, to me, has always been the mother. Always watching over everyone, making sure everyone's feels welcomed and cared for. I had something else I want to say, now I forgot it. Tangents! Shoot. Brain lost. Kido... oh, yeah. Do you guys know what the... thank you, Azu. Do you guys know what the qualifications are to joining the Mekakushi Dan? Shockingly, it is not having snake powers. Because in Mekakushi Actors and Manga Timeline 1, Shintaro joins. And nobody freaking knows that he has an eye power. The qualification to join the Mekakushi Dan was just to know they existed. They were like, hey, Shintaro, you know we exist, therefore we can't let you go free. You're one of us now. You know, that's kind of played for gags, but that aggressive, like, inclusiveness, like, welcoming, is... otherwise Kendra would be a mid-member. But this inclusion, this welcoming of new members, not caring about, oh, what do you bring to the table? What do you, like, do you fit in? Are you one of us? Like, do you fit in? Are you going to be an asset to the team? No. Like, if you're here, you're here. You're one of us. And I don't know if, and like, yeah, Kido said it, but like, so did Seto and Kano and Mary. But like, if you want a place to belong, because of Kido's leadership and because of her ideals and experiences, the Dan was the place for you. And I think Mekakushi Code, as her song, conveys that splendidly as well. Noctiera, absolutely correct. You say them, they say you. All right, before moving on, let's go over the panel. I keep clicking on my mouse, thinking it's gonna move, but I've detached my mouse to connect my microphone, so it just keeps doing nothing. I keep acting like a fool. All right, let's see what people have to say about Dancho-san. Noctiera says they love additional memory. Absolutely valid. More help people so strong she won't regret giving. Yep. Dancho-san! Even though Ayana has more screen than the Sutton Hebe because she is so hard. Abso-freaking-lutely. Kido, my beloved Tsubame. Kido is everyone's beloved Tsubame. Cosmico, first favorite character. Valid! Oh my gosh. Ayano, Takane, and Kido are always fighting for best girl in my eyes. It's so freaking hard. The girls of KagePro are so freaking good. So no one might know Carmen Rope. She's so wrong. Correct. Oh my gosh. So freaking good. In her short haircut. Yes! Oh my gosh, the short haircut. She really is a beautiful person. She is beautiful in every iteration, but she is the most beautiful when she's the most free. Tsubame means flower, but yes, it does! has reached out to someone as when someone reached out to her. In Rin we trust. Oh my gosh, thank you Rin for being that one person in Kito's life, in Tsubomi's life. Stop explaining this over, you're hitting me in the feels. This is what happens to someone who has been in the who has been been fanboying over KagePro for, I don't even want to count the years. It was about to be 8 freaking years. This is about to be a decade of me fanboying over KagePro. This is not okay. There are qualifications. Yes! That makes sense. You see them, they see. We see each other, baby. Got like 5 more minutes. Good luck, MDA, your work. That's so all the Mekakushi gave her flowers. Yes, the Mekakushi Dan gave her flowers. It's so freaking good. Oh my gosh. Oh, the flowers. Oh, the flowers. Oh, the flowers. All right, before I become a sobby mess, let's move on to our brave little boy. Okay, big cop-out. But what else can I put here? Seto, you tiny little coward who's become such a big, brave, strong man. Seto's such a good boy, man. Seto Kosuke. Bro stepped up. Like, me and my friends have a, not even running gag. We make fun of him because he gets like the least, besides Hiyori, he gets like the least screen time. Bro was carrying the entire Mekakushi Dan's wages on his back. And dude, his dealing with his power. Like, I'm already kind of, where can I find a man like Seto? I don't know when to tell you, Cosmico. But like, Seto's power going haywire. Sorry for the desk slam. I don't know how any one of us would reasonably deal with it. Because I'm already bothered by like the thoughts that people have, the thoughts that I have, the thoughts that I know are going on in the world. Seto just has to deal with it all at once. And he didn't crumble. He had every right to. He fled to the forest multiple times. Kano made fun of him for it. He didn't crumble. He was scared. He was afraid. He was trembling. He didn't know what was going on. But he found someone that he himself could take care of. And he stepped up. He's like, I'm afraid. I don't know what's going to happen to us. I don't know why any of this is happening. But if you need me to be brave for you, I will. Shonen Brave is such a good freaking song, man. I think I've always wondered, why is Seto the one that like goes around with like a 9 to 5, helping move packages? Why couldn't he like, be with the rest of the game, do some recon, I know he hates, using his stealing eyes and stealing people's hearts, but stealing people's thoughts. But, if he was around and he, just conveyed what everyone was thinking to everyone, just a whole lot more transparency, maybe there'd be more team synergy. Maybe there wouldn't be as many secrets. Maybe there would be, more cohesion and teamwork among the gang. But he respects them enough to not to do that. He trusts in his family to work through their own things. He, I guess, can get some, can clear his head while he's off at work, away from people in general, able to, tune his mind, greet new people, make new friends, get some good pay, help with the gang. But, he's now the one putting himself out there. He's the one being the family man. He's the one not shying away from confrontation, not relying on others, I'd say. He independently supports the entire group, and he trusts the entire group to independently support themselves and each other. And I think that level of trust, that level of, I think, accountability he puts on the rest of the gang, I think that's in his own way allowing others to overcome their fears. Because how did he do it? He went off into the woods by himself, and he found something that he could be brave for. And so maybe he's like, hey, everyone, I know you're going through things. I'm not gonna pry. I'm gonna let you go through it as well as you can. And if you need someone, the entire gang is here for you. Including me when I'm off shift. Noctier, I saw that. Novel timeline Seto is... Oh my gosh. That's probably the bravest we ever see him. Him taking care of Mary and Hibiya after all they went through. He stepped up. Seto never stopped stepping up. And I think for, that poor little lost child who's scared of everything for extremely valid reasons, him always stepping up is truly moving. And honestly, I would like more screen time for him. But I can't think of a better role for someone with his themes. And like everyone else, he keeps fighting. Because he believes in a world where they don't have to be afraid. Not of Seru, not of anything else. Because they have each other. And if you can't be brave, someone in your life is going to be brave for you. Is going to be brave too. Exactly. Oh my gosh. Okay, I've reached for my darn mouse again. Okay, before we move on, let's look at what everyone has to say about the Ghost Seto. Okay. 7 years, still considered a new fan. You know what? Sorry about teenagers. We're all living in our youth. Summer never ends. Where can I find a man like Seto? Check your nearest package delivery. Treat your package deliverer as well, okay, guys? Hello, Mythical 9. Thank you for joining. Do I want to be Seto or have Seto? Be Seto and also find yourself a Seto. How about that? I have, whenever this is shown in Brave, I have hope in my heart. KagePro has power. Oh my freaking gosh. It's such a great source of hope. And optimism. He handles so much shit, puts on a brave smile. He is so strong. Amen to that. Reflect, read. Do both. Be Seto. Find yourself some Setos. One of the most pure members of the gang. I'm gonna be honest. Actually, most people are pure. Most of the gang is pure, to be honest. I like Seto's complicated relationship with power. Yes. Oh my gosh. And I think Seto's treatment of his power reflects, I think, many different qualities that we might have about ourselves. Some might see them as an asset. Some might see them as a hindrance. We might see it as an asset. We might see it as a hindrance. Who cares? It's ours. Let's make the best use of it. You ever notice I got just brown to yellow? That could just be stylistic choice. What Noctera said. Takane's the same quirk. Takane has so much fighting spirit. I cannot wait to get to Takane. He became the person you probably wish he had each time into the woods. Mori, you are so freaking correct. That is beyond brilliantly put. He gets a break at the end of the novel when he lets it out to Mirror. Yes! Mirroring Kano letting it out to Seto at the end of the Mekakushi Actors. Kagura Project's so good, bro. It's so freaking good. Speaking of Kano, here comes everybody's initial favorite character, including freaking Jubi Phonic. In the interest of not extending this freaking panel to 2 hours long, I'm gonna try to be brief about my favorite character in all of fiction. Again, like Seto, what else could I put here besides genuineness? What else could I put here for Mr. Big Fat Sleazy Liar himself? So, very ironic how Kano the Liar, his idol, for lack of a better word, Ayano, was probably the most genuine character, or at least the most pure character ever. He has the best power and worst haircut. I would fight you on that, Cosmico, but I won't. So, everything Kano does is to, I think, promote genuineness in everyone but himself. Because he knows that they're all on an expiration date. Seru is coming. We're all gonna die. And so he tries to get people to smile and laugh as much as possible while they have the time to do so. And he sacrifices himself, like Ayano, for that. He will be super annoying. He will be super creepy. He will be super manipulative. But he does it also so that people can laugh and smile. Because what better feeling is there than to laugh and smile with your family? Who cares what I'm going through? Who cares if I'm not smiling or laughing on the inside? To everyone around me, they're only gonna see grins. And I'm gonna try my absolute hardest so that they're grinning too. That's your fantastic point. I'll get to that. Oh my gosh. I think the reason Kano keeps putting on this act is because one, he's inspired by Ano's last act. Ayano doing all those, silly things that made all of them laugh and smile as kids. But I think deep down, he wanted one day that everyone wouldn't need him anymore to do this. That they wouldn't need, this annoying sleazeball to crack jokes, to tease, make fun of. That one day they'd have a world where they don't have to wear masks. That they could all laugh and smile without needing him to push them forward for that. And I could say, Kano was the most jaded character, so he probably has the least optimism of the group because he keeps, not seeing a way out after Kenjiro and Saito make their deal. But he didn't have to be, this lively. He could just have sat there and take it. But he doesn't. He keeps going. He keeps fighting in his own way. Not exactly like the others, because he's cursed and burdened with knowledge. But he does keep fighting. And even in the manga timeline, where he also loses hope, doesn't take much to bring it back. Thank you, Manga Hiyori. He puts on a fake smile so no one else has to. And I think that aspect of him is both admirable and to be wary of. Because, like Sato reveals to him in Mekakushi Dan, you don't have to play that role on your own. Xenoctera, thank you for all the amazing information. Before you leave, let me talk about Ayano's two-facedness that you and Aldefred have addressed. So, Ayano is also a fat liar. She does hide information from the rest of the gang. She does have self-loathing that she does not reveal to her family or to Shintaro. I did actually never notice that Kano and Ayano both do the hushing motion. That is actually a fantastic freaking point. That's amazing. Alfred, I concur. Ayano hides a lot about herself too. Yes. I think in that way, I suppose the more dichotomy is like the type of people that Ayano and Kano present themselves as. I suppose like not necessarily pure versus genuine, more so like the kind of persona that they play up. Ayano is this big sister that everyone looks up to, everyone is proud of, everyone's supportive of, everyone's encouraging of, everyone's super inspired by. And then Kano is, I think, puts himself as the little annoying brother who is making wisecracks. Everyone's always pissed off at him. Everyone's telling him to take things seriously. He's always lightening up the mood. I think the two different roles that they chose to play reflect each other really quite well. And yes, you guys are correct. Ayano is not necessarily the complete opposite of him, but I think the personas they play are kind of unique mirrors. Alright, and we need to move on because I'm running out of time. Hopefully I don't speed through all the other members. We didn't get full-on marriage. You know what? That's what fanfic's for. Oh no, the guy. Correct reaction to Kano. Kano, baby, you're silly. Absolutely best power and worst haircut. I'd rather like his haircut, Cosmo. It's okay, I can fix him. Who needs fixing? He definitely needs fixing. Here's the guy that makes me cry. Some person, I guess, absolutely correct. His haircut is cute. Absolutely correct. He has so much heart. Absolutely correct. I need to stop saying that. Whenever you get on screen. He has a menacing aura, Lana. I do not blame you. His freaking pose during the day's opening is aura farming to the max. He's literally so altruistic. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, in his own twisted, lying sense of way. Yes. Just crack as many jokes as possible to ease the tension. Yes. You know, laughter is a great distraction. Alright, what else we got? Please scroll down. Live chat. Kage Project Novel 5 literally broke me. The entire... All the Kage Project novels, I guess, other than one, are worth breaking over. Can I borrow your sister? Cosmico, you cannot. Manga timeline Kano, after losing, like, Ayano as his idol, is such a creep. I love seeing that, like, evil version of him. Quote-unquote evil. He'll be the butterjoy of these people who love having a good time. Yes! The wish that gave him his power. If I speak. The KagePro 24, let's go! I hope it's going well so far. I think I'm doing alright. Thank you for your support, KagePro. Message retracted. Uh-oh, what happens? Okay, I've less listening throughs. Yes! They are foils. Heck yeah. I don't believe that no one should suffer alone, even though she later fulfilled her lonely plan. Yup. We do a little bit of contradictor in here. I wonder how he leads into a real body with the anime novel. It is quite interesting. He wants to help more so bad. Yes. Absolutely. Kano, own real way, team player. Myri, what's up? Alright, we need to move on. Because we've covered, what, 3 people? Okay. I have 13 minutes left and we've covered 3 people. Frick. Okay, so let's talk about Mary. I mean, what else can I put here? Grew up alone, in-house, in the forest. Sorry, Mori. My computer's just like that. I am really sorry. So, got no love from her grandma. Not her grandma's fault. Mom left her relatively early on. Viewed as a monster by all of society. And then here comes a little brave little boy. And Mary is so apologetic to everyone. She apologizes for tripping, she apologizes for being slow, she apologizes for running into people, and I think that's because she's afraid of losing those around her. And we see that in her, constant resetting of the timelines. Similar to Kido. She just wants a place where she belongs, where she's accepted, where she is loved for who she is. And kind of like Azumi, love for who she is, not what she does. And I think she finds that in the gang, and she knows that this gang is the only one that accepts her every time. And so she's not willing to give that up for anything. It's astounding that across timelines, the gang is the only one that... Cosmic, I don't like where your head's going. That the gang is the only one that offers her this shelter, that offers her this place to be a family. And she's a little naive because she gets all this godlike power at the end of each timeline and then does the same thing over and over again. But I don't think any of us can blame her. She refuses to accept defeat. She refuses to accept anything but a perfect ending. And she shows us that this kind of love is worth fighting for. That she will not let anything or anyone get in the way. Because the love that people have shown her is worth that much to her. And she will, across timelines, express that same love back to them. And I'm sorry, I really should talk more about Mary, but I think I need to move on. Let's look at chat. Sorry, my computer just sucks. I am really, really sorry. Seto's wife. If anyone deserves Mary, it's Seto. Cosmico, please stop thinking about the snake powers as organisms. That's really that's starting to scare me. Her hair short in the back and long in the front is actually amazing. It's a bit weird, but it is such a cool aesthetic choice. Mori. Lanish, Mary is indeed beautiful. I want to sing Jubiphonics cover long since. Yes. Jubiphonic nailed that line so freaking well. Yep. That's Lana correct. Seto was also worried about losing her. Her body definitely changed. Everything. We keep fighting. She wants her family safe with her. She's strong because of love her family. Yep. Absolutely. Alright. Next up. Let's go! Momo freaking Kisaragi. So, fun fact. Kisaragi Attention is my favorite melody of all the Kagura Project songs. It is such a freaking bop. Okay. This one gave me a little bit of trouble because I'm not, besides, the found family aspect, I don't know what else Momo was fighting for, and I decided to settle on freedom because growing up, paparazzi always swarming her. Older brother doesn't really do much, kind of restrains what she can do. Idol company always restraining her. What does the Mekakushi Dan do for her? They give her freedom to go get away from those prying eyes, those orchestrated actions, the being stuck at home. She finds a place where she can be free to be herself, to go wherever she likes, do whatever she wants, and then when Hibiya rolls around, to be a big sister. Hibiya is like the little brother she never had. Momo is not like a veteran member of the Mekakushi Dan. She, for all intents and purposes, is not a member for that long, like NA, Shintaro, and Konoha Hibiya Hiyori. But she fits in so well. Because she has the same desire as everyone else. To keep going, to have a brighter future, to be free of all that's dragging them down. And I think her also playing a Kano-like role, uplifting other members of the gang, whether through her energy, through her youth, through her naivete, through her cute bubbly attitude. I think that in and of itself is liberating. What Kagura 24 says. She does everything she does is like so infectious. The way that she, I guess, her energy just spreads to others, giving them also that sense of that freedom of fighting, of wanting more, not being satisfied with what you have. I think that is Momo's greatest asset, and also ties into her drawing eyes ability. She draws people to her, and then in return, she spreads her love, her kindness, her energy, her passion, and that in turn, I think, helps people like Kano kind of be free of what's going on. The auntie. That is a fun way to describe Momo. Cosmico. Oh boy. Alright. We love Momo, our favorite non-cow human. Her hoodie is so nice. Her hoodie is so freaking nice. Momo, my goat, my baby, my idol. Yes. I love her imagination is valuable. Instead of first meets her and shows her the world is more out there. Yes. Oh, Mary's lessons about the world is amazing. My favorite idol, absolutely. Other idols ain't got nothing on Momo. And her nasally, allergy-stricken voice. She's similar to her bro, but the more extroverted style. Yes. Oh my gosh. The similarities between Momo and Shintaro are so, like, subtle. But it's so cool to see. I was gonna Google Momo instead of KagePro and get a freaking heart attack. Yeah! No Momo like KagePro Momo. For real. Mekakushi Dan. They gave her sense of morality, a breath of fresh air. Correct. And I think she, in turn, helps spread that to others. Balance between extrovert and introvert. Heck, freaking yeah. She wanted to help you because Momo felt like she had let her brother down. That is a fantastic theory, Kitty. Brother, for all intents and purposes, wasn't there for her that much, except for the manga. So she's gonna try to be there for Hibia and for everyone else. She's too sensitive about everyone else and their worries. Yeah, Momo always looking out, always, you know, spreading that energy. I cannot keep up with chat. My girl has such a big heart. Her heart is so simply infectious. Heck yeah. Oba-san. Correct. Haruna Luna. Yes. Oh my gosh. Haruna Luna's cover is so freaking good. Welcome back, Natera. You are just in time for the GOAT. For Takane Ino Moto. Perky introvert. Correct. Oh my gosh. I love Takane so freaking much. Okay, so what did I choose for Takane to fight for? I chose loneliness. Again, kind of a cop-out, because she latches on to Haruka, to Shintaro, to the gang. Like, you know, Takane plays up a little Kana role, bugging the frick. Yeah, not your original theory. Yes. Very, very good point. Still, good theory. Takane, you know, plays the village elf, the village troll for Shintaro, always pushing him to do stuff. And she makes a point about it in the manga that, you know, she gave up. And then when she got a second chance and went back to one of the pivotal people in her life, she would not give up on him. She would not allow the loneliness to overcome herself and him. And we also see her backing up Momo during the terrorist attack. We see her and Kano backing up each other when they go find her body. Takane is an absolute annoying devil on your right shoulder, bugging the heck out of you because she refuses to let you be on your own. Because she's been alone before, and she hates it. That feeling when Haruka left her. That feeling when Konoha didn't recognize her. She does not want anyone else to feel the same way. And I think that's beautiful. Because, you know, she presents herself as this, you know, stubborn, high-spirited, snarky, ain't nobody gonna touch me type of character. But she is kind of a softie that, you know, Haruka recognizes and pokes fun at. And she's more of a team player than she recognizes, I think. You know, she can try to be, you know, this sharpshooter, all she likes, you know, lightning rondo, dancer. But she genuinely thrives off being with others. And I think she knows it deep down. And that's why she sticks to people so well. She, you know, was a team player in the manga, you know, distracting the mom when Shintaro Momo went off. She's a team player during the terrorist attack. She's a team player during the raid on the hideouts, being everyone's recon man. She's like the character archetype that would... What am I talking about? She's a tsundere. She's a tsundere with a big freaking heart. And we love her for it. Oh, not yet, you. Not yet, you loser. We'll get to you. Let's get some... Okay, so talking to my favorite, correct. Loneliness, yep. Sorry, everyone. She said to her siblings, that's a really funny idea. That, you know what? We don't get their families fleshed out, so loving the Yuri camp. I'm glad you do. Song is the most joyful. The UK yesterday is such a freaking bop. I'm not crying, you're crying. We're all crying, buddy. It's KagePro Day. Well, I don't have any friends, and part of the manga, which is that Momo was her first friend who was also a girl. Oh, I'm so glad Momo and Takane became friends. It was really fast how they became buddy-buddy, but it makes so much sense. YouTube is not responding. No! Oh, frick. Well, we've gone dead, everybody. Oh. Wait. We're back. Everyone, we're back. Everyone, we're back. Hold on. Give me a second. We're back. I'm so sorry. Okay. My girl's gone through so much. Correct. Her trivia, her trying to save Shintaro. Correct. Self-sacrifices. Yup. Tsundere Queen. Yup. Wife was worse than Seru. Seru is attacking us, boys. I hate 99% Tsundere, but talking manages not to be too violent. Yes, talking just manages to be loud. I see the sword has me. Follow super something to recommend a lot to me. Oh my gosh, Eri. I'm glad Takane could be that for you. Friendship or mutual hatred of Shintaro. We'll get to that. Eri, I'm glad Takane could be that for you, and I'm glad, you know, we're still fighting. All right, let's get to the main man. So, I'll be very brief with this. I hated Shintaro in the beginning. I thought he was the lamest person they could have picked for the MC. And then when I sat down, I'm like, dude, think about all the things Shintaro has gone through. Isolated, misunderstood, sees no place for himself in society or school, had 4 friends, all died in one day. Little sister is hounded by paparazzi, mother's in the hospital, father's who the frick knows where. And then years of depression and being a shut-in. If Shintaro went through all of those things and still came out on top, what the frick is my excuse? And the answer is I don't have any. I legit don't. Shintaro is the guy that motivates me to pick me up by my bootstraps and be like, hey, you can't stop fighting. Because these guys, including this dude that you think is the lamest character on the world, he didn't stop fighting either. So you better keep freaking fighting. And I do. So, I chose Hope for this character because Ayano's sticking with him. His dad's canonically dead. Oh yeah, you're right, because the drowning. Thank you. Nakira, thank you, I forgot about that. Did their dad die? Yes. Thank you. I chose Hope for Shintaro because Ayano's memory haunts him. And subconsciously, he wants to reunite with her. And in some timelines, this is a positive motivation. In some timelines, this is a negative motivation. He also wants a better life for his little sister. And I think that drives him to play a role in the Mekakushi Dan to help them win. To help them keep going and find a path to victory, despite him seemingly bringing very little to the table. You know, he's weaker than Mary, he has no powers that they know of. But he's still one of them. He still throws himself into the thick of danger. Because, despite everything, his hope for a better future hasn't died yet. Alright, let's go chat, and then we gotta move on, because I got 3 minutes left. Dad is dead, correct. Shintaro might be the second Tsundere. Actually, kind of true. Takane is top Tsundere, correct. I love Shintaro. Scoping wet pathetic lose, yet he's still deserving compassion. He absolutely freaking is. Everyone deserves that. Dad is somewhere in the days. The only days we haven't reunited with. Mekakushi Dan actors, you should have kept that in. With you mentioning Shintaro, like, what a loser. Yep. He's manifestation of grief. Abso-freaking-lutely. Also, Kano's mom we didn't reunite with that, and with lots of people, yep. He'd be loved in some Lady Magnus, but he's actually such a worthy MC. He actually is. Let me run again the books. Correct. Alright, let's move on. Hibiya. I mean, come on. Haunted by Hiyori. Not very well liked in school based on the light novels. Ignored by his crush forever. Lost his crush. Kaguru days happens. We all know what happened there. And then Momo showed him that he can still be happy. He can still fight. He still has a place. He still has people who will love him and accept him and find a way to still find the light in this world. To keep going. He's the little brother that Momo never had. It would be great to have interaction between him and Shintaro. But that's beside the point. he's one of the youngest in the gang. He went through something so freaking traumatic. It is a miracle he is not broken. See ya, Noctera. It is amazing that, one, he still decided to join the gang and help them fight in something he did not ask for. And for another, that Momo was able to reach him and think, you know what, I'm going to try too. All these setbacks, all these failures, all these tragedies, they don't define me. I'm going to keep fighting for happiness. Because this is what I want, this is what the gang wants, this is what Hiyori would have wanted. You know, tiny little kid, he deserves to keep fighting too. All this is functioning pretty well. Correct. His dinosaur loves me. He really reminds me of a summer day with his feisty personality too. Yes. Absolutely. Oh, here are two men. You don't see a Sundere X Sundere dynamic every day. Yep. Between Hebia and Frog, which one is normaler? I think Frog, if you're referring to Seto. Hebia, third-ish Sundere. Correct. Probably Gold Digger. Alina, what are you talking about? They meet... Wait, what? They meet Ren again in the books during their last phone call. Probably a Gold Digger. Are you calling Shintaro a Gold Digger? I'm sorry. I got a little lost in the sauce. Shintaro is very pathetic, but you know what? He keeps fighting. Noctera, he is so Ozmi. I love Ozmi. Ozmi, the freaking goat! Yes. Momo is such a inspiration for Hebe, and I'm so glad they found each other through that. Okay, I am over time, so obligatory. Feel free to leave the stream. I'm gonna keep on to wrap up. But please, go check out the other days' con events. Do not let me hold you up if you want to see other things. I'm gonna keep going just to tidy things up. But yeah, thank you all for coming. Please enjoy the rest of Kagura Day 2025. Also, for anyone who stays, let's talk about Hiyori. Oh my gosh. So, Hiyori was another one that I had a lot of difficulty putting a name to, a term to, but I said peace. Peace in our time. Because we learned the light novels. Growing up, Hiyori, hounded by people at her school, would not be left alone. So many people had a crush on her. Valid. Goes through the freaking Kagura days with Hibia. And then in manga timeline 2, she's the one that comes out and joins the gang with the eye power. And she's the one that pulls Kano, Seto, Ayano out of their funk when things start going poorly. See, I forgot those. And she's such a girl boss. And I think a driving factor such as peace, that is very simple, very straightforward, I think fits her. Because she's a very straightforward individual. She knows what she wants, she's gonna get it. I think what she brings to the table and how her desires manifest in both the manga timeline and in the light novel timeline, I think show that she is as much of a team player as everyone else, and that she's as supportive of everyone, that she also can be a huge driving factor for the gang, pushing them to reach their end goal, to not give up, to be free of all the things that are torturing them. I think it's beautiful because she's dealt with things in her life dragging her down. She can recognize that other people are getting dragged down, and she doesn't let them go down without a fight. She's as much of a Mekakushi Dan member as everyone else, in my opinion. Mainly due to her contribution to the manga, but her being like a bastion against everyone giving up, I think has earned her that right. And I think encapsulates what she's also fighting for alongside everyone else. You know, as much of a cold shoulder she gives Hibia, as much as standoffish as she is to, you know, the general public, she also has a heart. And she also really, really wants everyone to find their place and to, have peace in their time. Alright, let's look at chat. Thank you so much, this is so insightful. Halunky Days, I think yours is very overlooked. She is, because she doesn't appear in so many timelines. And I will always preach about the greatness that is manga Hiyori. Actually, stick around if you want to hear more about manga Hiyori. But Tiny Girl Boss, she's incredibly strong. Correct. Hiyori is one of the strongest characters of the Mekakushi Dan. She has so much fighting spirit. Hiyori mentioned, of freaking course have to include Hiyori. Who doesn't watch screen time? Honestly, probably Seto. I'd have to go back though. Alright, and lastly, let's talk about Haruka and Konoha. Now this one, extremely generic. But I think this very simple, vague definition I think suits Haruka and Konoha. Because Haruka grew up bedridden, not even sure if he had a future. Konoha, born out of a wish, has to find his own place. I think both of them, if you were to ask them, what are you hopeful for? I think they reply to something like this. Because both of them have such a heart for those that care for them. Both of them have so much love for those who just gave them a place to belong. Haruka's future was not uncertain. It was finished. He had no future. And yet, he didn't take that lying down. He made friends. He made family. He spread joy with his art, with his talks and all of that. And I think above all, he just wanted a brighter future for those around him. We see it in the anime, we see it in the manga, we see it in the novels. He just wanted those around him to have brighter days. For Konoha, shot into the world, no idea what's going on, was accepted and loved by Hiba and Hiyori. Got integrated into the Mekakushi Dan. If he wanted a family, he found one. And I feel like in his eyes, I don't know why I'm here. I don't know what's going to happen. But these people like me. I'm going to take care of them too. I'm going to fight for their future. Who knows what my future entails? But these people deserve a brighter future. And I think that's encapsulates what they were fighting for specifically. If only Haru and Konoha could coexist. Very tragic ending was in Mekaku City Actors, huh? I feel like it's a little bit unfair to end the talk here, but I do want to get to these thoughts. What happened to them? Why are they crying? They thought of Haruka's angst. Haruka angst, baby. He's accepted and loved, man. Yes, both Haruka and Konoha accepted and loved in the gang, despite Haruka's lack of a future, despite Konoha's lack of a past. Who cares? You're one of us. You deserve to be loved. He deserves his future. He truly is a kind guy, no matter how much he truly suffers. Haruka never being vindictive is an amazing testament to his character and his optimism. Way to be blunt, bro. Hey, bro had an expiration date, but guess what? He still fought. The part was wish getting to be fulfilled. Beautiful. Peak cinema. Oh my gosh. He only wanted friends. Correct. I legit feel so bad for Haruka. Everything about him brought me to tears. Bro deserved to be crying every day of his life, but did he? No. He had a mission, and boy, did he fulfill it. Boy, was his impact felt by Shintaro, by Takane, by even Ayano. Novel 6 is an agony to read. Correct. Let's start somewhere Konoha was supposed to be a girl. Yes, I believe Konoha was originally designed to be a girl by Shido, and then someone just changed it. Probably because the female cast is already so freaking stacked. If Konoha was a female, dude, it would be it would not be fair. Okay. And so with that, we have reached the end of my panel. I am 9 minutes over. I am so sorry, everyone. Again, please check out the people after me. Please check out Eupheme, who's going to be doing, singing joke lines to KagePro songs. Go check out iBus7M3. Learn about KagePro merchandise. I've bought a lot of merchandise today. I have no regrets. Thank you, KagePro. I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you liked my description. So sometimes make Takane happy and blushy. Correct. Takaharu Yuri. The words that you are saying. Imagine being an artist and snaking Masu's Yoshi to commit murder. Absolutely fiendish actions by Seru. I forgot what my next slide is. Okay, so I believe this is the end. A panel again. Thank you all for coming. Here's something for y'all to listen to as you leave, or if you want to stick around for. I'm going to be power scaling and ranking the Mekakushi Dan because what is more fun than power scaling a non-combat series? I will be going. Oh yeah, if anyone questions my extremely dumb placements, very personalized placements, to that I say, agenda. Also, I will be going over novel and manga feats. Please consume KagePro officially. I have evidence right here. I own all the mangas and the novels on Amazon. I will not be showing scans or other illegal material on my panel. I will only be showing image screenshots from the manga and novels that I myself snipped out and blurred out all text. If you want to consume KagePro, if you want to read the manga, you want to read the novels, go buy them and read them officially. Alright, now with that, let's get into this. Bye everyone. Thank you, Cosmico. Thank you, Mythical9. Thank you, Mari. So, starting at number 12. The weakest of the Dawn. I have Shintaro Kisaragi. Specifically the version of him from the day's opening because he's armed with a spray can. Takane wipes the floor. More, you might be surprised. So yes, I will be using everyone at their full power. Their strongest form across all the medias that I know of. And so, you also might be wondering, why isn't Shintaro with the scissors here from Memory X? Well, if you were to put Shintaro days from the opening versus Shintaro with scissors, I think Shintaro with the spray can wins because Shintaro with the scissors will just go for the throat and concede. Now you might, and also, well, why doesn't the spray can buff him up? Every other member of the Dawn has the spray can, except for arguably Ayano, who is a monster, and Hiyori, who is a child, and Shintaro is weaker than a child. Speaking of which, next I have Hiyori. Specifically, Hiyori from the manga, because she is a freaking badass. So, Hiyori has the searching ability, not very combat relevant. However, she is a child with a lot of funk and fighting spirit. He had the power to kill Ene. Correct? We don't know how that worked. He probably just somehow found a way to delete her, and then across future timelines, Ene found a way to retain herself, even after being deleted. We see that in the novels, so maybe. Hiyori would just snatch the spray can from someone. Correct! Hiyori would absolutely freaking do that. Now, I am a huge Hiyori agenda pusher. The reason why I don't have her higher is because everyone above her is a freaking monster. Including our next guy, number 10, Haruka Kokonose. You're like, dude, what the frick is this? Haruka is bedridden. How is he here? This is Haruka from the anime. He canonically gets a healthy body. I checked. I don't think he gets Konoha's superhuman body. Hiyori would go for the balls. Correct, Lana. I don't think Haruka gets Konoha's body. I believe he just gets a healthy body. But in that sense, he does have a healthy, 6-foot tall meat mountain of a body. And so I think Hiyori might lose this. This could be interchangeable. Next up, number 9, we have Hibiya Amamiya, specifically from the In a Days movie. So, to push a little bit of an agenda, we see Hibiya begging his, I think, dad to let him go into the city to go be with Hiyori, and we see swords in the foreground. My headcanon is that Hibiya is a swordsman. We just never see him use those swords. Do I have any evidence for this? No. But it makes him cooler. If you don't want to factor that in, I think Hibiya still is this high because he did one-shot a terrorist with a dab. And that's pretty darn impressive. I think a couple of smacks in, and he's probably downing Hiyori. He's probably downing Haruka. And if he really want to do it, he did arm himself with this rice cooker. He could probably just chuck that at someone as well. Yes, I'm giving them as many weapons as possible that they have used. I kept giggling every 5 minutes. The Days movie is fantastic. In the song, Summer Haruka has brown hair, which implies he used Awaken to create the body he wanted. So he says, like, okay, Cosmico, if Haruka is awakened, then we can put him alongside Konoha, which we will get to later. Swordsman Aura, correct, Mori. And so, okay, well, now we have a little kid that can one-shot people. How can we get much stronger than this? Well, here's Seto. He had this baton that also one-shot someone, so in terms of feats, I think him and Hibiya are kind of similar. Also, Seto is older. Everyone could take Shintaro, to be honest. That's why Shintaro is last. Also, he went in against terrorists who had guns with his eye power activated. So I'm going to assume he has figured out some kind of combat applicability for his power. I have no idea what the frick that is. But maybe. And also, Shintaro is like really... Seto's pretty strong. Like, he lifts a lot. He looks so angry here. It's because I picked those anime fight moments from the movie. He's so fun in the movie. He's pretty darn good in the movie. He lifts a lot. Like, his literal job is like package movement. So I feel like he's got pretty decent endurance. He could probably put up a good fight against Hibiya. If you want to switch him and Hibiya's placements, I wouldn't fight you on that. Number 7, probably much lower than everyone else expected. I have Tsubame Kido. Now, base to base, Seto probably beats Kido. However, Kido has invisibility. So she gets at least one cheap shot against him. And I think she's got enough experience, you know, beating up people. Mainly Kano. But I think she probably has more combat experience than Seto and could probably win a fight against him. She also has really cold eyes. It doesn't affect people who know her. But she has really cold eyes. So, you know, against, you know, more people, Kido might be able to win. She also gets free shots. Like, we know she goes for the foot, for the neck, for the side, for the chin, for the face, for the stomach. I feel like one cheap shot and she's downing most average people with like another flurry of blows after that. Hello, Noctera, welcome back. We're power scaling Mekakushi Dan pictures. You can clearly see in the picture she's beating the frick out of Kano. Correct. So you might be wondering, where the frick is Kano? We'll get to that. So yeah, number 7, we have Kido. I'm very proud of this slide. So next up, we have... Okay, now we're getting to the real ridiculous stuff. Next up, we have Momo Kisaragi, specifically Momo from the manga. I've talked about this with Danny and with KagePro24. Apparently, she's strong enough to lift up Hibiya, who is 79 pounds, by the way, with one arm, and also run down the streets at warp speed, while Hibiya goes flying in the air. And also, she collides with Shintaro and sends him flying, and also drawing blood. Momo is ridiculous. Okay, so the reason I do not have Momo at like number 2 is because I don't think she's actually moving at warp speed, despite what Shintaro says in the manga. Because then we have to upscale Hibiya for being able to survive light speed travel. And we also have to upscale Shintaro for surviving a light speed collision. And I refuse to upscale Shintaro. So, okay, Lana, good point. She can probably summon an army. I don't know how effective they would be, and I don't know if we're allowing that, because that depends on how many people are in the Walking of all freaking Japan. Never mind. Okay, if you want to give Momo her legion of followers, she's probably number 2 or number 3. I was gonna say correct. Momo base to base probably can give Seto a run for his money. I'm gonna be honest. And now, I think that's all of my feats on Momo. She also ate a textbook in Mekakushi City Actors. I don't know how much that is worth, but that's something. So now we're getting to like the actual like demons. Like these guys are ripping people apart. There should be more like K-pop demons crossover. Yes, there should. Next up, we have Ayano Tateyama from the manga. Okay, so this girl is ridiculous. This girl is stupid, mega broken, overpowered, busted. So she in the manga conveys all of Azumi's memories to Hibiya in the span of like a second, and Hibiya feels those emotions and the thoughts of Azumi the entire time. I do not know how bro's brain is not overloaded. Also, Ayano did this once. She had no reason to do it again, because she just wanted to convey information. We have no idea if this power has a recharge. Why can Ayano... There is no evidence behind why Ayano cannot just spam the frick out of this. If she locks eyes with you, she can basically pull an Itachi. You are never leaving those memories. So, like... I think Ayano solos a lot of people with just this power. We don't know if there's a stamina cost to this. We don't know how long it takes. We don't know if there's a recharge time. We don't know, like, if she can only convey Azumi's memories. Why can't she just convey her own or anyone she's interacted with? Ayano is a freaking demon. And also, in the manga, she's a lot meaner. Lana, correct. Shintaro needs someone to put him in his place. Not that we really need that, but oh my gosh. Also, she is incredibly creepy and mean in the manga. So like, she got a dog in her for real. So you might be thinking, who the frick is stronger than Ayano? Well, the ability to, you know, lock someone down with just a glance is probably someone who can shoot you before you look at them. So at number 4, I have Shuya Kano from the In a Days PV. And this is mainly because for 2 frames, bro picked up an assault rifle. He picked up 2 assault rifles. So I'm giving those assault rifles to Kano. Okay. And if you think KagePro 24, correct. If you think that is cheating, that's not fair, he never fires or uses them, fine. Let's go over what else Kano has. If Kano just disguises himself before Ayano looks at him, how is she going to convey the memories? She can't. She's going to miss. Kano can just appear to be, you know, ducking, right side up, to the left, to the right. Ayano has to hit with her powers. He sniffs cats. Correct, Alana. Cat buff. Kano also, in a days, has a bulletproof vest. He also has a knife. He's also an absolute sleazeball. Yes, people take notes during the showing of the movie later. There's so much bizarre things that happen. Okay. On my own, I power scale people, like, I power scale the KagePro members, like, in their, like, generic forms, and I put Kano at, like, strong adult tier, or, like, adult tier, because he can just keep disguising himself and just dodge every attack, because people are gonna think he's somewhere he's not, or at least his body's in a position where it's not. You can't hit him. Also, unlike Kido, there's no, like, shutdown to this. He's always, as far as I know, manually shut down his disguise. You just can't hit him. You just can't hit him. Bro is invulnerable. So, if I put Kano with 2 assault rifles at number 4, who the frick is above him? Well, bang bang, motherfricker. At number 3, I have my queen, Inamoto Takane. Kano may have 2 assault rifles, but he's never shot them. Takane is a dead shot. In the novel, it's implied physical pain cancels Kano's bid. Kamiko, thank you. Correct? You have to land the physical pain first, though. Kano can wield his 2 assault rifles all he wants. Takane is shooting him before he hits the trigger. I'm gonna be honest. Takane with a pistol is stupid, dumb powerful. Ayano looks at her, bang. Momo runs at her, bang. Kano points guns at her, bang. Okay, maybe Kano can disguise himself before Takane shoots him. Maybe. But guess what? Agenda. My agenda is that Kano's getting shot before he's able to make a move. I don't know how all that FPS shooting translated to being such a killer marksman, but apparently she is. You know what? I'm gonna give that to her. She scream slided, it's overkill. That requires people to have headphones on, Kitty, so maybe she can and will hack your PC and explain things you got. Shinjiro can confirm that. Yes, but in a 1v1, I don't think you bringing your PC with you unless you really want to give Takane a buff. But even besides that, Takane with the stupid amount of marksmanship that she displays in Mekaku City Actors has to be number 3. And now we've gotten to the number 2. Number 1, I think it's pretty obvious, pretty boring. Number 2 is Konoha, and like every form of him. Kano lost to her in the anime card game. Yes! Okay, well, not technically. Kano got disqualified by Kido. So we could have seen that fight keep going. What do I even need to do to describe Konoha? This game, man can leap over buildings, man can punch holes in the ground, man can move at whatever frick speed this is. Bro has canonically one-shot people. Bro is just a superhuman dude. He I think he's taken bullet shots, like, he's taken like 1 bullet wound. Kano can get a shot on him. Takane can get a shot on him. He's probably living through it and giving another punch. If I were to really push my agenda, do I think Takane could land a headshot and maybe one-shot him? Yeah? Would I put her number 2? Would I say that makes Takane win over? No, that'd be ridiculous. I'm not saying Takane couldn't do that, but I'm not saying Takane couldn't do that. More, you're correct. Takane probably gets a debuff against Konoha specifically. I also think against a more general group of people, Takane's kill count falls to 0 as soon as the rounds are diminished. Konoha's kill count can be however high he wants it to be. So yeah, that's Konoha. And of course, who else could be number 1 but Queen Mary Kozukoto? If anyone wants to be mad about how I'm spelling her name, this is how she's spelled on the KagePro wiki. Go get mad at the wiki. But Mary in the novels is busted. So like we all know she can like reset time, but like in the novels, she channels Azumi for a quick second and just like completely immobilizes Seru. And then after that, she can just pour everyone else's power into her attacks, and she just wins. She just wins. Mary is stupid, mega, dumb, powerful, broken. deity levels of strength. It's crazy. What else do you want me to say? And so with that, that is my ranking for the Mekakushi Dan. Recap, number 12, we have Shintaro. Spray can go brrr. Number 11, Hiyori. Absolute giga chat of a kid. Number 10, we have Haruka. 6 foot colossal titan mother fricker. Number 9, we have Hibiya. Debatable swordsman, also one-shots people by dabbing. Number 8, we have Seto. Also one-shots people with a stick. Number 7, we have Kido. She can be invisible and get a clean shot on whatever your most vulnerable parts are. Number 6, we got Momo. Absolute behemoth of a human in terms of physical stats. Number 5, we got Ayano. Good luck ever waking out of a nightmare. Number 4, we got Kano. Bro has 2 assault rifles, a knife, a bulletproof vest, and you can't hit him. Number 3, we got Takane, girl with a gun. And number 2, we got Konoha. What the frick do you want to do to a superhuman? Number 1, we got Mary. You are fighting a literal god. If anyone disagrees with this ranking, you're probably right, but I don't care. And with that, I am 30 minutes over. I am so glad everyone, all of you guys stayed here. I'm very glad you all liked my panel. I'm glad we had this discussion. I am, again, so sorry about the Wi-Fi. I hope you all enjoyed it regardless. Thank you all for sticking so much. Takane, number 3, my goat. Of course, Takane is freaking amazing. The way the whole team be ridiculous OP, but keeping different by there's one random Hiki who wants a new PC. Seru, okay. Seru is like 1.5. Like, Seru is dumb, mega powerful. Seru just like, oh my gosh. In the manga, they figure out a way to trap Seru, and Seru's like, hey, I want my body to not be trappable. And then it's no longer trappable. Mary could probably beat Goku. Mori, I'm really sorry to tell you, Mary is not outspeeding Goku's attack speed. I would love it. I would love it if Mary could beat Goku, but probably not. Mary would have infinite attempts to beat Goku. Okay, I see your point. If Goku lets her get a free hit off as like a sign of respect or something, Mary could just reset time probably. But I feel like if Goku's taking her even remotely seriously, she's probably getting one shot by like a flick to the face. Like, I don't think Mary has any like beyond light speed feats, unfortunately. Thank you guys for being here. I'm so glad you guys enjoyed it. See y'all. Bye KagePro24. Bye Lana. Bye Mori. Bye PK Willow. Let me take a look at your thoughts before we go. The way the whole team be ridiculous OP. Yep. Okay, hold on. Do you think Konoha's like it be pet because they're animals and all animals like to be pet? I think Konoha would like to be pet, very much so. Konoha's like head pets. You have to like lean down because he's 6 foot tall, but yeah. She thinks that she would become something else. Oh my gosh, we got a power skill imaginary reload. Mary, the photo of her with Konoha. Yep. She can literally rewind the time. 1/4 Medusa. Yep. Designed to be able to hair. Yep. All right. See you, everybody. Bye-bye. Thank you for coming. Bye. Avoid trucks. Correct. Peace. Da 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 da.